As I walked into the office building on my first day of work, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and nervousness. This was it, the moment I had been waiting for all these years to start earning money. My parents had always told me that getting a job would be the key to financial independence, and now that I finally had one, I felt like I could conquer the world. As I made my way to the reception desk, I noticed something peculiar about the office decor. The walls were adorned with old photographs of people who looked eerily similar to myself, all smiling and happy, but with an unsettling intensity in their eyes. It was as if they had been waiting for me all these years, just like I was waiting for my first salary. My supervisor greeted me warmly and handed over a thick envelope containing my first paycheck. As I opened it, I felt a shiver run down my spine. The amount of money inside was staggering, more than I could have ever imagined. But as I looked closer at the pay stub, I noticed something that made my blood run cold. Every single entry had been dated from the day before. I tried to brush off the feeling and focus on the excitement of earning a steady income for the first time in my life. But as I walked back to my desk, I couldn't shake the sense that I was being watched by those identical faces staring at me from the walls, their eyes seeming to follow me every step of the way. And when I looked down at my paycheck again, I saw a message scrawled on the bottom in red ink: "You'll never be late." As I walked into the office building for my first day of work, I couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and nervousness. This was it, the moment I had been waiting for all these years. The salary I would be receiving as an employee was more than what I could have ever imagined. I took a deep breath and walked into the reception area where my new colleagues were already gathered, chatting with each other in hushed tones. They seemed friendly enough, but there was something unsettling about their smiles that made me feel uneasy. As we exchanged introductions, one of them handed me an envelope containing my first salary payment. I opened it to find a check for the amount I had been expecting, more than double what I thought I would receive as a starting wage. But as I looked closer at the check, I noticed something strange. There was no signature on it. And then, in small print at the bottom of the page, it read, "You will be paid every month for life." I felt a chill run down my spine as I realized that this wasn't just any ordinary salary, it was a promise to pay me forever. But what did that mean? Was there something sinister behind this offer? And why would they do such a thing? The old man sat at his desk, staring blankly at the stack of bills and financial documents in front of him. His eyes were sunken, his skin pale, and his once sharp mind was now clouded with worry. He had received a letter from the bank that morning, informing him that he would be receiving his first salary as an adult for the very first time. The news filled him with excitement at first, but it quickly turned to dread as he realized what this meant: responsibility. Bills to pay, rent to cover, and a life of financial stress ahead. As he sat there, lost in thought, the shadows on the walls began to twist and writhe like living things. He felt an icy presence creeping up his spine, making the hairs stand on end. Suddenly, the lights flickered and went out, plunging him into darkness. The old man's heart racing, he fumbled for a match to light the candles that lined the room. As the flame danced in the darkness, it revealed a figure standing just beyond the reach of its warm glow, his future self, or so it seemed. It was an older version of himself, with sunken eyes and a haunted expression. The old man's heart skipped a beat as he realized that this was what awaited him if he didn't learn to manage his finances wisely. His first salary had brought not just financial freedom but also the specter of responsibility, and it seemed that fate itself was warning him to be careful with his newfound independence.